Hi, I'm Tom Scarpello of Revology Cars, and we're here at the Amelia Island Concours, where we have just revealed our Revology 1967 Shelby GT500 Super Snake, our newest model. So Revology Cars builds new licensed reproduction 1960s Mustangs and Shelby GTs that are re-engineered with modern technology and materials to make to improve performance, drivability, reliability, and safety. We basically build the entire car in-house, from the all-steel unibody all the way through to final assembly. We do everything in-house, and that way we're able to control quality and cost and make sure that our clients get the best possible vehicle, the best possible value. So we basically designed all of our cars around our platform. We call it the M58 platform. And within the constraints of that platform, a client can choose just about anything. They can choose colors, trim, options. It's just like buying a new vehicle from the factory. So like the cars that you see here on our display, these are all customer cars. They were spec'd out by the individual clients that selected the colors, trim, the options, and everything. So every individual car, it still has the basic Revology components, which are tried and true, proven components that deliver good performance, reliability, and drivability, but then you get the ability to customize and make it your own. And that's one of the special things about owning a Revology vehicle. I mean, one of the drawbacks of the classic cars is that, the technology has moved so far. We're talking about 60-year-old technology, and just the performance, the reliability, the drivability. The older cars are just not as fun to drive. They just don't have the performance, they don't have the brakes, they don't have the steering, and obviously they don't have the reliability. You could go on and on. But obviously the style, the character, I mean, that was a real special time in the automotive industry where cars were truly expressive, and that's why they're classics, that's why they're icons today. So what we do is we make those cars relevant again by introducing modern technology and materials while keeping that essential character that made them icons in the first place. So it's really the best of both worlds. My background, 100% automotive. I was with Ford Motor Company for 17 years. I worked in manufacturing, marketing, and sales, product planning, international. So I saw a lot of things, I did a lot of things, and I'm very fortunate. I spent several years with the special vehicle team, Ford's own in-house high-performance vehicle development operation. So I took a lot of those same basic concepts from Ford and applied them to Revology. We build our cars on an assembly line. We do everything, over consistently, the same way, every time, the same process, the same, even to some extent, the same individuals. We're a small company. We have people who are specialized in certain things. So that way, we've got people who are truly experts in their craft, and we know exactly what we're going to get as far as the end product. It's always consistent. So the cars are built to order. We have currently a lead time of about 10 months from order to delivery. What you'll do is when you place an order, you'll spec out your vehicle, you'll put down the initial payment, and you'll make progress payments throughout the production period, with the final payment when the vehicle is delivered. We build convertible models, fastback models, the GT and the Shelbys, and so the range is fairly wide, starting with just under $200,000 for a Mustang convertible, up to almost $300,000 for a fully spec'd Shelby GT500 fastback. So really the idea is to keep as much as possible the original aesthetic, but bring in modern technology. So for example, everyone nowadays is accustomed to having power windows in their car. So we wanted to put power windows in, but we didn't want to just put some power window switch. So we kept the crank handle, but we turned that into the power window switch. So now when you push down on the crank handle, it activates the window. So it looks original, but works modern. Also, for the touchscreen, everyone nowadays kind of expects a screen in a car, and this one has Apple CarPlay. It has the ability to add Navi, Sirius XM, and other things. It also allows us to put a reverse camera in, so It helps with backing up. The instrument cluster is all LED. It's a little bit difficult to see here, but you can see a little bit. You've got 2 info screens that have trip computers and a lot of other information that you would expect to find on a modern vehicle. The wipers are intermittent wipers. We have an electronic parking brake, which is down here, which activates by that switch. It's the ignition stop button, so it's really easy to start and stop the car with the button. And this is the windshield wiper. It's actually an intermittent wiper. You've got power fore aft of the seat, and you've got a manual recline, so you can get the seat back angle exactly where you want it. We actually designed the seats in-house to give good lateral support and comfort, but also still look a lot like the original seats that came in the car. This leather is actually Mercedes leather. We source it from the same tannery that Mercedes sources from. So it's an OEM grade leather. It's very durable. It's resistant to fade. This car is equipped with our optional Alcantara headliner. It's a real Alcantara suede. So really the interior is just a real luxury level interior. Inside the console you have a USB port, auxiliary input, the door lock and unlock is here, and then additional set of window switches, so you don't have to reach across the car to open up the passenger window. We know some people enjoy the whole process of restoring a car, and that's great. But there are a lot of people that maybe have the capability to do it, but they don't have the time. You know, their business, their other commitments, it just doesn't allow enough time, because restoring an automobile is an incredibly time-intensive process. So this is a way to get a vehicle that you want. You're involved in the design of it. You're speccing it out. You're deciding exactly how it's going to look, how it's going to be configured, and then you get a vehicle that's really well sorted out, well engineered, and you can actually drive and use and enjoy. So it's a really good option for most people nowadays. It's kind of interesting to be here amongst some of these great iconic classic cars with 3 vehicles that look like classic cars. It could be out there on the show floor, or that could be out there, on the lawn. Except for the fact that once you open up the hood, you realize you're looking at a modern engine. And it's just an interesting combination of classic and modern that's really unique and different, and it's obviously very appealing. Our sales rate has been growing constantly. Even the past year with this pandemic, our sales rate grew 58% year over year. So a lot of interest, a lot of repeat buyers. Really good resale value for our cars. Not many of them have changed hands, but the ones that have gone for very close to their original selling price. So we've got a really good reputation is starting to build, and people are starting to recognize our company. If you'd like to learn more about Revology Cars, please visit our website at www.revologycars.com. So, we've been at this now for 7.5 years. We have 55 people who are experts in each one of their areas of specialty, and we've developed this car that is exceptional to drive, to look at, to own. But even so, the one thing that people are more impressed with than any is this power window activated by the crank handle. So it really is the simple things that make a difference.